Hey guys, welcome to another FX market overview. Today is the 2nd of December 2023. And as you can see to the upper right of my screen, today we are going to be looking at, well, quite a number of assets, starting from the dollar index, Euro USD, USD JPY, AUD JPY, British pound, Australian dollar, UK 100, AUD CAD, Euro AUD, Euro CHF, Euro NZD, GBP card, gold, and NZD card. So yeah, quite a number of assets we're going to be looking at today. So it is the last month in the year 2023. It's been an amazing month. I'm grateful for how this year has played out for me. I hope you're grateful also. In as much as we're still expecting some positivity, but I'm still grateful. Yes, I know everything is going to go well. I mean, everything is going well. So, yeah. Okay, so dollar index being the first thing we are going to be looking at today on this call. So let me just take this off and happy new month before I forget. Yeah, so for dollar index, as we can see, this is the monthly chart. And like I anticipated, dollar index is back into the demand supply area, right? So are we going to end the year inside this area? Right? The year started inside the demand supply area. Can you see this was the beginning of the year? And then, I mean, the year wants to end inside the area again. So, uh, but then what can we be anticipating? This is the monthly time frame. And as we can see, we are bullish in this area. Overall, we are actually bullish, this low, this high, and then price is just giving us the retracements. And then, if we measure from the swing low down here all the way to the swing high up there. Price has actually gotten to 50%, and then price came a little bit below 50%, feel this imbalance, and then went all the way to the upside, and we are back there now. So in terms of the monthly time frame and monthly structure, we are bullish, and structure within the structure is also giving us a bullish momentum. As we can see here, we had this lower high, this low, this high failed to give us a lower low, and then we had what the breaker structure within the bullish range, and then price is, came all the way up here into the imbalance, and then we are presently inside the demand supply area. We're bullish, and like I said last week, I'm just chilling. I want to see what's going to happen to the dollar index. Why? There's been a lot of movement this year. I mean, it went up, came down, and so I'm just chilling. This is the last month in 2023. What's going to be the play? Are we going to close the year inside this demand supply area, or we're going to see projection to the upside, or is it going to go way below and close here? I mean, throughout this year for about 11 months, it didn't go below the demand supply. I mean, it went there, but it didn't close, right? So what is December candle going to give us? Is it going to be a bullish candle, or is it going to be a bearish candle? What's going to be the play? So as for me, I'm just going to be observing. Now, going down to the weekly time frame, we can see weekly is also bullish considering the structure, and we do have this, low, and then give us this higher high, and then price now has given us a 50% retracement. Like I said, I wanted price to come there, and I mean, so I'm just chilling to see what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen? We're going to reject, because now going down to the daily time frame, I'm just watching, monitoring what's going to happen around this 50% area. That's equilibrium of the entire range. And in terms of the daily structure, still bearish, as you can see. Give this low, this high, this low, this high, this low, and this high. So what's going to be the play? Are we going to go up, or going to come down? I'm just going to be on the lookout for DXY. There's no really, this is the directional bias where price is going to go to. No, I don't have that yet. So I'm just going to keep waiting and keep monitoring the dollar index. I'm sure I'm going to get a play after of course, having a solid directional bias. But now I'm still not sure where price is going to go to, but I think it's going to go up though. But then let's wait and see. So for DXY on the daily time frame, it is still giving us bearish structure and low, high, low, high, low, high. So it will make sense if price comes down. That's going to give us a complete market structure formation, lower low, lower high, and lower low. But then I'm just open to see what's going to happen in this area. And then for Euro USD, same thing, right? Just the same thing. We on a monthly time frame, just we prices here after breaking the structure, going to the weekly. EU is just the opposite of dollar index, right? I know some of you are actually looking at this candle because one of you sent me a chart, looking at this area that we have this mitigation candle that took out this liquidity. Now prices at that area now, so mitigation has taken place. We do have some small imbalance here. Most likely, if the dollar index is going to go down the more, then EU is going to go up a little bit more. But then it's already at that mitigation kind of area. And, I mean, how many of you remember we used to do this then? We have this and we do some potential area for redistribution, meaning we want to see price come into this area and then give us some kind of evidence that wants to go down, like we have higher high, low, and then break, and then we play the retest to then take price to the downside. So something like that, I'm just going to be looking at on EU. Okay, DXY, still not sure, but looks like it's going to go up, but then the daily structure is still bearish. So I'm just chilling. I do not have a clear directional bias yet. I need to see the evidence before I can say, okay, it's going to start going up. Okay. I mean, it has gotten to the equilibrium where we wanted it to get to. Right, I called it out the last 2 weeks. So when I price DXY to come down to equilibrium, 50% of the entire range, and then most likely from there we want to see rejection, right? And then it actually gave us a rejection, but then started to come down again. So I'm just gonna wait, chill out, and keep monitoring it. And and beside, there is no liquidity that is gonna even engineer the trade for me, right? I like to see the equal highs. I like to see the equal lows, low resistant highs, internal liquidity, external liquidity, those stuffs. I mean, they're there like EU now. Like you can see this on the daily time frame. We do have this. I mean, I'm just spotting this now. We do have this liquidity on EU. So we have this daily liquidity. So now for dollar index, let's see, we are anticipating that, okay, although dollar index has gotten to 50% of the entire range, and it could potentially go up from there. But based on structure, we can see that we have been selling down, and this move was as a result of the harmonic pattern that formed, and then price started to drop. I'm sure there are other reasons, but one of them was the I think the harmonic pattern, which I spotted for you, the cipher harmonic pattern. And then ever since then, after we had the breaker structure in this area, price has been giving us low, high, then give us low, kind of broke here, and then ever since then, lower low and lower high, and then lower low. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. So it's been giving us, bearish formation ever since then. We've been having lower lows and lower high, lower low and lower high. So, I mean, it's just been giving us that. So if that's going to be the case, then if dollar index goes down, EU is going to go up. But now EU, we can see we have this liquidity here. So if the institutions are going to aim for this liquidity, come into this imbalance, just like the DDF, we had equal highs in this area, and then it came into this imbalance. And I remember telling you guys EU was going to buy, and we had a really big pump day. So so for EU now, based on this equal lows, this liquidity here now, we could be saying that, okay, dollar index most likely will go down or will go up rather upcoming. So DXY, if we want to see, if we say that, okay, dollar index is going to go up, that means reject, because overall we want to see DXY reject. It has gotten to 50% of the entire range. It is back inside that demand supply area. So more people are going to be looking to most likely buy, because that's a very strong level of demand and supply. So if there's going to be evidence of more buys, that means the dollar index is going to go up. And if it goes up, that's going to favor us because we want to aim for this liquidity down here. So if that's going to be the play now, that means for EU, if that's going to be the play for DXY, that means EU now, where's going to be the perfect and very nice place to sell? We want to sell at premium, right? We want to sell at premium. And if we look at the structure in this area, we kind of have like a breaker structure here because we had a candle close below this last higher low. So if this is going to be the play for next week, if dollar index is going to go up, that means we start to see evidence of more buys, and EU go down probably because of this liquidity. I want to see it feel the imbalance. Then it's going to make sense if we have Monday candle. You know, we're not just going to sell outrightly. We're going to chill, wait for her to pull back, and then catch a more premium entry, take price all the way to the downside. So this imbalance looks nice. We could be on the lookout for possible sell opportunities inside this imbalance to then take price all the way to this liquidity, right? The issue with, I mean, what I want to say is, if you've been following me for a while, you wouldn't have, I don't think you should have issues with directional buyers. The issues you probably will be having is entries. But when it comes to directional buyers, where price is most likely going to go to, I mean, we've been doing that, have been doing that since January this year, right? This is what I'm anticipating where price is going to go to. Just look at all the trade ideas of videos I've done on YouTube from like January to like this present one. You do the math yourself, do the calculation, do the statistics, how many played out, how many didn't. You will see that when it comes to directional buyers, forget it. We don't have issues with that. You understand? So what's like I had a private call with a student, you know, in the space of he joined the group. He joined us January, right? Because I remember I traveled, and when he reached out to me that wanted to be a part of our community, and then I remember that was when I was on vacation, and then so I added him, and then we got talking over the weekend yesterday. Then he said he had gone through the course and everything, what you guys know already, like the training and all. And around April, he decided to take fund his account, and then not so much about $50. Then he blew it, you know, and then took a like stopped, took a pause, and then went back to trading demo and practicing everything he has learned again, and then decided to fund his account. Was it now? Oh, see, August. He said. I think he said August. August, in July, August, September, October, November. Yes, funded his account August with $100, and as of yesterday, the account was sitting at $150 something. That's about 50% return on investment. Honest, yeah. And then it was like, is it good? Is that a good return? Like in 4 months, probably the account should have doubled, the account should have tripled. Like, chill out. If this was like $100,000 or $1,000,000, you just made, I mean, 50,000 to $500,000. That's a lot of money. So you're only looking at it now because it is $100 and then $50 return on investment. So that's that's a whole lot. 50% in 4 months. I mean, that's amazing. And I was like, how did you grow it? Did you grow it just um did you grow it by just taking one lucky trade and you just made big money? No. And then he said no, it was actually gradually, you know, having to experience losses, recover the money back, have some drawdown, cover the money back, and then in the space of 4 months, you know, taking wins, taking losses. And he also said specifically because of the risk to reward ratio and the risk to reward principle that I have taught and that is using, that is having a 3-to-1. Make sure your minimum target is 3-to-1. You understand? 3 and above. So sometimes you can have, like he said yesterday, sometimes you can have 3 losses and then he can take 2 trades, and then the 2 trades are winning trades. That takes him up 3% up. The first 3%, 3 wins starts at 1 trade, gives you 3 times what you're risking. That recovers the 3 losses you've had. And then the next trade becomes, if, like I said, becomes a win, that's 3% higher. And then within the space of 4 months, is able to take the account from $100 to $150. That's very good. I mean, that's really, really amazing to hear as a coach, right? So I was like, you're looking at it that way because it's a small account. If it was a big account, then you know, wow, you actually have done well. You understand? So, like I said, I want to hear the feedback by, was it March? I said, so let's see where the account is going to be by March. And then he told me some things he want to do with the money and all of that. So, I mean, it's going to be amazing. So that's just a little bit of digression. So let's go back to EU. Go back to EU. So for EU, like I said, we have the daily liquidity. We have, a breaker structure in this area now. So we have this now as the high, and we have this as the low. Take the FIB from the high to the low. Should be looking to sell at premium. And if this liquidity is going to be the play, this imbalance is going to be the entry to take price all the way to the downside. So quickly, let's check Forex Factory. Let's see if there's any major. Yeah, there should be. First Friday, we should have a major news. Yes, first Friday is going to be, I think, NFP. Yeah. So this week, what do we have? What should we be looking at? On Monday, that's no major news. And Tuesday, we have AUD major news, and then USD. And then Wednesday, we have NZD. Oops. AUD CP high. So definitely there's going to be a big move for Australian dollar pairs on Wednesday. I mean, this week. And then NZD. And then Wednesday, we have Euro. Thursday. And on Friday, we have first Friday. Oh, what am I? Oh, sorry. I didn't check the date. Supposed to be for next week. Yeah. All right. Yes. So next week, Monday, December 4, we have CHEP CP high in the morning. And then on Tuesday, we have AUD cash rates. Wednesday, so we have AUD major news, USD major news. Wednesday, we also have major news on the United States dollar. And then on Friday, yes, that's when we have the NFP. So first Friday of every month is NFP for the dollar index. It's NFP for the dollar index. So, I mean, among NFP, between NFP, FOMC, and CP high, I think I enjoy CP high the most. CP high gives us the major move. Sometimes NFP does, but I mean, CP high is always like the the bomb. It's always moving price. So I really, really used to enjoy CPI more. NFP, I'm not surprised if NFP and then we don't see like a very big movement dollar index. But then just keep an eye. This is a major news. Yep. So let's go back to EU. I will be looking at this imbalance for possible sales. If the dollar index is going to go up, and then EU should most likely go down because we have daily lows. Cool. Yes, and then for USD JPY, USD JPY last week, I said that one of this liquidity is going to be the play, right? One of this liquidity is going to be the play. If we start to see price go higher, then this weekly high is going to be the play. If we start to see price go down, then if we start to see lower pricing, like I said last week, then this liquidity down here is going to be the play. Once again, directional buyers is not my problem. So if you're watching this recording and you got in here, comment down, let me know. Is directional buyers your problem? Because it's not mine. So yes, so USD JPY slowed down, took out this low, and price went all the way back to the upside. And then on Friday we had a down day. So I didn't trade it. I didn't even check it since when I did the video last. So I didn't know this was going down like this. But then we could have had an entry. If you saw it, if you traded it, just let me know. Okay, so for USD JPY, now that we've taken out this liquidity to the downside, I won't be surprised if price starts to run all the way to this high. So I'm just going to once again, be on the lookout to see what's going to happen. So this liquidity has been taken. If we start to see higher pricing, definitely this is going to be the play. All right, so for USD JPY, be on the lookout for the sweep have the weekly liquidity to the upside. And then for AUDJPY, I told you guys that this, if we had seen this early, we would have actually taken a buy opportunity here. But now look at this. This is AUDJPY giving us another opportunity to get in. Price, the bullish structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, came into the imbalance and then went back, went all the way to the upside. And now price came back down again. This imbalance has been played. Price came back into this imbalance here and then gave us push to the upside. So if you kept an eye, most likely you would have had an entry, but let's scale down to the 4 hours. I'm aiming for this weekly liquidity from where we are now to this high, still about 72 pips. So that's still something. So on the 4 hours, what do we have? Okay, so on the 4 hours, price gave us this low and then came down and then went back to the upside. Price came into this imbalance here, you can see, and then price started to trade higher. So let me see. Let's go down to the 1 hour. What do we have? So on the 1 hour, we do have this break of structure here, and then price. So let me call this out. Okay, so this imbalance has been played. Let us keep an eye this area here. Okay, this area here. If price should come down here, then most likely I will be looking for buying opportunities because it is still in line with the range, right? After we broke the structure, we have this low, high, low, high, low, and then we broke the structure. So we still have our down range here and our top range here, and you can see we have all of these low resistant highs and these weekly highs here. So it's going to make sense if we can see a pullback, push down inside this area, and then possible higher pricing from there. So for AUDJPY, I'll be on the lookout in this area to take a buy to the upside. And I hope it plays out. Yeah. So for GBP AUD then, GBP AUD on the daily time frame, this asset really has been playing with me. Although I didn't take any entry, I wasn't in on any position this week because I was quite busy this week. Yes. So we do have the breaker structure in this area, like I was explaining to a student. And then we have this high and then we have this low hand. I remember taking a sell here. I had another entry here, but then the back and forth, just took me out at break even. The other one a little bit below profit. And since then, I just stayed out. But now we can see, we're beginning to see big, um, I mean, candles to the downside, right? And we had like a period of consolidation. You can see we had a period of consolidation from like 15th of November. I mean, all through second half of November price was consolidating. And finally, you can see, I mean, it broke to the downside. So, I mean, it's going to make sense if we can start to see lower pricing. We do have this immediate liquidity here up for grabs. So we have this daily liquidity here to the downside, and we have another one here. So for GBP AUD, I'm more bearish now. I've been bearish, I'm more bearish now. Okay, so keep an eye from where price is to where overall target is. That's about 200 pips roughly. So keep an eye for GBP AUD lower pricing. Okay, UK 100. This one also. I mean, let's just keep an eye. I don't have a lot of things to say. We've been looking at this for many weeks now. So I'm still high in this daily lows. It has not given us that yet. As you can see, internal structure is still bullish. High, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So this is not even ready yet. So, but then I'm going to keep looking at it. I mean, the higher it goes, the better the sell entry we're going to get. All right. Because if it goes up and then we are able to catch an entry, oh boy, that's a very good sell. So it's giving us more premium areas to sell. So that's better. All right. So for UK 100, still on my radar. I'm looking at it. No entry yet. And then for AUD card, AUD card, I was just scanning through the pairs, and then I saw this. So for AED card, now we have liquidity to the upside, right? I mean, if you remember AED card, I think I bought. Let me see. I can't even remember where my entry was. There was one trade I took on AED card. What was it? Coming. Okay, yes, this was a trade I took on AED card. If I knew it was going to go up, I would have actually stayed, you know. But I remember this was I was aiming for this liquidity. Yes. This was when, because my entry was down here around October. Yes, October. I took a buy opportunity in this area and I held it all the way to this high. So this candle, this big day candle, and then closed bearish. So I bought from 16th October, took profit at 25th October. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to go this high. So, yeah. So for AUD card now, we have liquidity to the upside. So you can see there's liquidity here, there's liquidity here. And in fact, structure is bullish, right? This structure here, I mean, low, high, low, and then broke, and then higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. So I'm bullish. And on Friday, price moved a little bit closer to the liquidity. So going into the week, I'm going to be positive that, I mean, let's take it out, right? So I'm going to be looking for buying opportunities going into the week. That's for AUD card. And then for Euro AUD, there's no trade idea on this one. I just wanted to show you Euro AUD. I remember Euro AUD wanted to take a sell. How many of you remember this trade? I called it out, checked weekly outlook around that November 7th or so, or maybe, yeah. Remember, I called out the sell. I wanted to see Euro AUD reject from this imbalance, right? Because we were aiming for price taking out this liquidity. And look at, didn't do that, went up, you know, and then started to drop and drop and drop. And then finally, price is taking out the daily liquidity. But we are not a part of it, or have not a part of it. So it came all the way up, created liquidity to the upside, and then dumped, and then started to go down, down, and down, and down. And then this is where price is. So that is that. There is no trade idea on this, except I just being on the lookout now. We even have more liquidities now to the downside. Because in this area now, we do this year and this year. So this is even more liquidity now to the downside for Euro AUD. So let's just keep an eye on this. Okay, could continue to go lower, take out this liquidity here. And then for Euro CHF, same thing. You know what? Euro AUD has liquidity to the downside now. Euro CHF, I mean, if you remember Euro CHF, remember Euro CHF, right? I had to sell, but I was too early, and then it took me out at break even. Right. And I said it's going to go up to take out this 4-hour high. And then that was what happened. And I remember saying that I wanted to look for sell opportunities at this imbalance. It would have made sense if price actually tapped the imbalance, go into it, fill it, and then drop. But that didn't happen, right? It just gave us, we had to break a structure, and then price just dumped, right? We had this higher high, higher low, higher high, and then broke the structure, lower low, lower high, and look at this. So we are late, but then we are not too late, because if the institutions are going to be aiming for this liquidity, have been looking at this liquidity for a very, very long time. This liquidity down here, I mean, market structure in its beautification, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and just very, very beautiful. So I'm going to be on the lookout for more sales on EuroChef. Take price all the way to the downside. I am going to join this trade. I'm not seeing any opportunity yet, but if this liquidity is going to be the target, I am going to be in. Yeah, I am going to be in. So EuroChef, I'm bearish. And then for Euro NZD, oh my God, I'm tired. Okay. Euro NZD, this also is falling hard. and then there's liquidity to the downside. You see, Euro AUD, Euro CHF, Euro NZD, they all have one thing in common: liquidity to the downside. We should have Euro USD, liquidity to the downside. So every euro as the base currency now has liquidity to the downside. Euro USD, Euro AUD, Euro CHF, Euro NZD. They all have one thing in common: the liquidity present to the downside. So we do have this daily liquidity down here. Okay, that's it. And then for GBP card, what do I have on GBP card? Okay, so GBP card, this liquidity to the upside here. So we have this daily highs up here, and based on structure, we're still bearish. What? Higher high, higher low, higher high, and then you can see we had a very big drop. Now this scale, let's go to the week, monthly time frame. On a monthly time frame, I mean, swept all of this liquidity and then started to go up. So even on the monthly, we're bearish. Weekly, we are still bearish. But then there's liquidity to the upside here, and price is so close to it. So just keep an eye. Okay, if you start to see lower time frame, bullish momentum, they could easily just spike up and take out the liquidity, even if they're going to respect structure. So this is going to be you trading against the trend just to capture the liquidity. So I hope it works out if you're going to trade it though. Obviously, I'm not going to trade everything at all. I'm not going to trade everything. Probably I'm going to take 2 or 3 trades. But then it's good to have them plenty. And then for gold. Gold is at the area of liquidity now. This weekly liquidity, gold is there. Okay. And structure has been quite obedient, high, low, high, low, even though we had some little structure within the structure, and then it broke it here, and then gave this high, this low, came into this imbalance, and then gold is up, right? So let me confirm, let me go to the monthly time frame. So are we going to say this is all-time highs for gold? If this is all-time highs, then really, really amazing then. Okay, we're so close to the liquidity. I mean, there is so much money here. Imagine the number of people looking to take a sell. Yeah. Just this area now, there's going to be a lot of people that want to short gold. So in this area now, this is a very, very sensitive area for gold. So be careful and look at this. They came, took out the liquidity, took this liquidity in this area. So after taking out one liquidity, they're going for the next one. Right? And look at, they've built a lot of liquidity already. A lot. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people. Come Monday now, there's going to be a lot of people taking sales on gold. And it might drop. Okay, might drop. But I've been trading for years and I've seen these things happen a lot of time. This is institutions just trying to trap us to take a sell. And then when you're in, and then something really dangerous might happen. So to me, I'm just going to do what the opposite. So what is it the masses are going to be looking to do? Then I'm going to do the opposite of it. That's if I'm even going to trade gold. But then it's looking very, very good. All right. Next week, I will talk about it. Let's see what is going to happen throughout the week. And then lastly, it's going to be AUD NZD card. This one, it's not really a trade idea. Okay. I remember we were talking about it in the group. And I said, I remember when I called it out, price was around November 14, right? And then based on this is a BAT harmonic pattern, 0.50B, and then the D should be at 886. And this is also at a very strong level of demand and supply. So based on harmonic pattern, this should drop. Okay, I'm not seeing any reason why it should drop. There is even liquidity to the upside. So the harmonic pattern is calling for a sell. but structure is bullish. Liquidity that engineers the trade is also calling for higher pricing because there's liquidity here. So this one, there's conflict now between structure and what the harmonic pattern is saying. So I'm just going to be on the lookout, just going to see what's going to happen. Just like we were monitoring USD NOK and USD SEC. Wasn't really a trade idea, just to see what's going to happen. Right, so that's it for NZD CAD. I'm really going to be on the lookout to see what's going to happen for NZD CAD. Right, so which of them is going to win? Structure plus liquidity is calling for higher pricing. Harmonic pattern is calling for a sell. So let's see what's going to happen. All right, so this is it. You don't have to trade everything. Just pick one that you actually trade, one or two, and just be on the lookout. But a lot of them have liquidity, so be on the lookout for that liquidity. Okay. So that's going to be all from me. If you have any question, drop them in the comment section. When I see it, I will attend to it. So in the absence of no question, to have an amazing day. Bye-bye.